how you met and all that good stuff.
And first and foremost, man, I appreciate you guys' help. So, yeah, I met the girl on Match.com. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Never heard of it.
And what is that? Is that a website of some kind?
It's a site for hopeless romantics.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so everything was good. You know, I was really hopeful. I'm on Match, you know, and I'm talking to this girl. I mean, we seem to have a lot in common, to be honest with you. Everything's going like really good. And we actually talked a few times. We'd be planning dinner and on the phone, you know, we had really good chemistry. At least I thought so.
Uh-huh.
So we go to dinner. Dinner's great. We're at the restaurant over 2 hours. I mean, we're talking literally the whole time at the restaurant. We met at the restaurant, so I walked into her car in the parking lot when we're leaving. She hugs me. As a guy, I'm looking at him like, okay, all things are go. This looks like all good times, you know? So
right.
I told her I'd call her, and she said, sounds good. So I called, I texted, haven't heard anything back from her. Like, I'm hoping you guys can help me.
Okay, so there was no hookup then, because you walked her to her car and said goodbye there, and you said there was no kiss, just a hug?
Yeah, I mean, it was a hug, but it was a real embrace. It wasn't like one of those friend zone hugs, you know? It was like a, you know, second date hug, you know? And so we hugged.
Second date hug. And you're like, oh, somebody's getting a second date.
Oh, we get the second date. You know, I was pretty certain of it. And so, you know, is this something you think y'all can help with or no?
I hope so. We're always optimistic, but you know, what was interesting about your description is you talked on the phone some before you met in person, and from the phone conversations, the interactions you had before the actual date, you felt like there was a lot in common already. You feel like that chemistry translated when you met in person at the restaurant? I know you talked a lot, but did it feel forced to you, or did it feel like, hey, okay, this is good?
I know that's what threw me off, because at the restaurant, it was literally, it's almost like the phone conversations went from conversations on the phone and translated into real life. It was literally the exact same vibe that I felt like we had on the phone is the vibe that we had in person.
Wow,
and so when she goes to the car to leave and, you know, hugs me, you don't do that to somebody you're not really interested in. So I hope she's okay. I don't, you know, all type of possibilities are circling my brain at this point because I haven't heard anything. You know, she's not interested. That's understandable, but I would like to give it a shot if she has some interest.
Yeah, at least see it through and get some closure one way or another. Mm-hmm. So in these discussions, did you guys talk about past relationships at all? Like, I'm wondering, because sometimes what happens with Second Date Update is we find out later that all those things that you said were true. The ringer that we weren't aware of is that there was an ex that they reconciled with and kind of shut off all communication with anyone else.
Or you said something about an ex that made her see a red flag for a multitude of reasons.
I'm not saying that happened. Yeah. Just these are possibilities.
No. So we touched on the ex conversation a little bit, but she didn't strike me as one of those girls that, you know, just out of a relationship and all she can do is really either, you know, talk about her ex or, you know, bring her ex up in conversation. So it was briefly tapped on. It didn't seem like to be a red flag at all, any issues with that. And so, no, it was very minuscule. We talked about a lot of different things. Things that you talk about to someone when you're interested, such as, you know, what we like and how we like to be treated. And we already established that we both are heavy on Game of Thrones and other series we're watching right now on Netflix. But it was a lot of things that ain't like it lined up right. You know, it's a very attractive woman. Felt like she was attracted to me or not. Yeah. So I really don't know.
So when I was single, I went on a date a million years ago with a woman who brings up her ex and proceeds to go on about what an a-hole, horrible human being he is and how he wronged her and how she can't stand the sight of him, and everything about him just makes her skin crawl. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, these two are so not over.
Yeah.
Because she was so passionately still like angry. There was so much baggage. And sure enough.
Yep. What do you know?
They got back together again.
Yep.
But we don't think that necessarily happened here. We're hoping.
No, I'm fairly certain it didn't. Just because of how she was acting, I didn't get that type of vibe.
Okay.
She is very busy. I get that part of it, but you do make time for the things that are important to you, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we'll call Sarah and see what's on her mind, see what she's thinking, and whether or not there's any hope of a second date. As we continue, Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. Time chemistry was there in person when they finally had dinner, and they spent a good amount of time talking, get to know each other. And I don't know, Tyler really thought for sure there'd be a second date. There was a nice warm embrace at the end. Here we are. So unless there's anything else you thought of, Tyler, you want to add before we call her up, now's the time.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Just in your hands. I'm nervous now.
Okay. We got you.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can we speak to Sarah, please?
This is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. It's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you this morning?
Jeff and Jenn, really?
Yeah, really. From the radio show.
I recognize. I never thought this would happen, but okay.
Well, that's helpful. Do you have a few minutes to talk to us on the radio?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So I understand you've been dating and you went out with a guy
Mm-hmm.
recently named Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler.
What? Why do you say it like that? Is that a negative? Like, oh man, Tyler, or is that, oh yeah, Tyler?
Like, if we're talking about that, like, it was good at first, but he left, like, a bad taste in my mouth.
I thought there was just a hug, but okay.
Behave.
I'm no Bengals fan, right?
You
And,
what
like,
now?
I've, like, always loved the Bengals.
What about the Bengals? You kind of broke up a little
Sorry, I was too busy cracking myself up
Yeah.
over here. You what now?
Yeah, no, I'm no huge Bengals fan. Like, I like them. They're my hometown team. I've always rooted for them. But I've never been like a season ticket holder or anything crazy like that. But what's happening here right now is insane. And like, it's got me pumped. You know what I mean? After they won the first playoff game, I was on the bandwagon big. Like,
Oh, the more the merrier. Get on
Yeah,
in.
everybody's welcome.
It's a big
Now
wagon.
you're a big Bengals fan.
but I mean, this is huge. I mean, this never happened. So I was just elated.
Yeah.
And Tyler's just not that interested.
Oh, he's not that interested?
He's not,
Well, what the hell is the matter with him?
right? That's what I said.
So wait, that's the
And, like,
deal breaker is he's not as into the Bengals as you are now with everything going on?
What is that saying about him?
Exactly. Like,
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Doesn't take that much effort to be involved. You know, it's local. It's important to like our community and stuff. Like,
Well, how do you
I don't
know
know.
he's not? Did you have this conversation with him?
yeah, we did briefly talk about it over dinner, and like he just was very flippant about it. And like, I get it; they've been awful for a long time, and like, I get not necessarily being a fan, but like now is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't that
Get
long
on
ago.
board.
You weren't like the hugest Bengals fan either, Sarah.
They weren't, you know, performing like they are now, though. This is something to be really excited about. You know,
They're
Yeah,
going to the Super Bowl for the love of
I
God.
hear you.
they are going to the Super Bowl.
We have Tyler on the other line. Tyler, you want to weigh in here?
I mean, I'm not a football guy. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, I was happy for her that she was happy, but it did nothing for me. I get excited like when my like stocks are like up or I'm going on vacation or like, but like not on football. I just don't see the point. It's a bunch of like overpaid, testosterone laden, not so smart guys like running around with a weirdly shaped ball. Not my thing. Just
And
not.
that's exactly the thing that a lot of people find attractive.
So,
That's so funny. That's just not a viewpoint I was expecting, but I, more than anybody understand just having different interests. But boy, what a story, though. I mean, you can't get around that. Football fan or not, when you think about how this team has completely just shocked the NFL, nobody saw this coming.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If you can't get excited over this, like they're finally doing good, they're going to the Super Bowl. Like,
I
if you
mean,
can't get excited about this, like,
So
That's pretty remarkable.
Business and it.
what
Business
What
and
does
it.
excitement look like for you? Like, should I have stood on the table and like did a backflip? Should I have taken my COVID mask out and thrown it at the waiter? Or like, what does excitement look like for you?
I mean, they're not what I saw. I can't say yes to that.
I normally would say that, you should be with someone who has different interests than you. So you have things to talk about and connect and learn. But I just don't feel the energy here. I don't feel the energy.
You know, here's the thing about having different interests is that's all cool and great as long as you're not, what's the word, dismissive of the other person's.
Sure.
I mean, I think that's kind of where it crosses. It'd be one thing to be like, I'm just not really into football, but it sounds more like he's like,
I don't
football's dumb.
Yeah, right.
And that's,
I definitely agree. I felt
noticed
dismissed.
you're still on
You're
match,
so
by
right.
the way.
I missed what Tyler said. What'd you say?
By the way, I noticed you're still on match. I just want to throw that out there. If I were to convert to a Bengals fan, would there be a possibility for a second date then? Could we meet
Like, I wouldn't want
like
to do
a
anything
bar
that
and watch the
genuine.
Bengals game?
Yeah, I mean, Sarah became a Bengals fan, converted to being a Bengals
it could
fan.
happen.
I mean, that's what's so funny about this is Sarah was not passionate about them either until they started winning again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's easy to become a fan after the fact.
It's true.
Whatever.
Wow. So do you get that excited when Tesla stock goes up, or is that just reserved for football? Like, are you going to share my excitement? Would I find things exciting, or do I just have to be excited for you when it relates to football? And I feel like the chemistry that we had on the phone was just us. I feel like it's just not there right now.
It feels like a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we tried, Tyler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. I will never watch a Bengals game in my life. I know that much.
Yeah, it's too bad.
You do you, my friend.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And continued success to you and good luck. And Sarah, thank you for taking the call, for coming on Second Date Update.
Sure thing.
Of course. Thanks for calling.
And who day?
Who day?
Who day?
Who day?
Who day? If you need our help with the Second Date Update, please send us an email, Jeff and Jenn at WKRQ.com.
Okie dokie. Coming up, your shot at $1,000. 1K letter of the day. It's coming up next. First, check the roads. We got Denise Johnson standing by here with your latest Q102
Thanks for
traffic.
listening.